Hey guys, welcome back to my art channel. So for today's video, I will be rendering the part 2 of my second floor plan. I posted a previous video on rendering my ground floor plan, which is here. I'll link it down below for you to watch. And for this video, I will be doing the second floor plan. So as you can see, this is the completed output rendered and inked. I use the Unipin, Touch 5 and Touch 10 markers. So if you're curious on my art process, then keep on watching. So what I'm doing now is I am tracing the walls of the first floor plan. Since this snow white paper, it's actually really transparent, or no, translucent I mean, like you can see what's behind and can trace the drawing at the back. So I am using the first floor plan as a guide for my walls and other furnitures and stairs, choo-choo. So yeah, this is basically how I draft and my drafting process. Someone commented and asking how I draft and like floor plans in general, like a more in-depth process on how I draft, not just rendering. So now I'm showing you how I draft in pencil first, of course. And as you can see, I have a guide in front of me. This is my Revit aided floor plan. I actually started planning on a scratch paper, doing the bubble diagrams and the spaces, planning the spaces and the sizing, and then I will proceed to Revit and then form the walls and add simple furnitures just to help my explaining when it's time to consult. I always present my screen and present my Revit output, and then from there you can just adjust some things, and then it's easier to adjust and consult and adjust again until it's ready to draft. Yeah, the pencil I'm using is a 2H pencil. I like the 2H because it's a little light, but one bad thing about using the H pencils is you need to press the pencil a little harder than the darker pencils because it's a little light, so you might not be able to see the pencil marks. So yeah, I will also show you my inking and rendering process. So if you don't want to see my pencil drafting process, then you can just skip. But if you want, then keep on watching. Just a quick shout out to Dustin here, who is always the first to comment on all my videos, almost all my videos. It really means a lot when people wait for my videos, and I just wanted to thank you so much. So thank you so much. So for the events hall, I needed a banquet table set up, so I can't just manually draw it. So I need to like print a guide, then cut it out and then shape it until it forms the required amount of space. One events hall needs a minimum of 50 people. That is why I am drawing 5 banquet table setups that has 10 chairs to accommodate the 50 people. So as you can see, I'm using the circle template to draw perfect circles, and from there I just freehand some chairs since it's gonna be hard to draw perfectly dimensioned seats. So as you can see, I first divide the table into 10 equal parts, and then from there I will add the seats. It's okay if the shapes aren't that perfect. As you can see, the squares are very crooked, but I'll just fix it when I'm done drafting with pencil and it's time to ink it with Unipin markers. So yeah, keep on watching. So this is the final product of my drafting with pencil. So now I'm going to ink it with Unipin fine liners. So first I will be selecting my Unipin fine liners. I personally like choosing the 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 and the 0.05 because it's the smallest ones, because my scale is quite big. That's why I need to use thin markers. So now I'll just be presenting to you a time lapse of me inking my plate. So yeah, keep on watching. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below what content you want next. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell to be notified when I post future vlogs and shopping hauls. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. But it's not the end yet, so keep on watching. Make sure that when you're drafting with Unipin fine liners or any kind of marker that you always use ruler when drawing your lines, and it also helps that you use templates like the furniture template, the circle template, or any kind of template you have. If you have curvy walls, you can use the French curve template. This is mainly so that your lines will be clean and not crooked, and it will look very professional. Because if you freehand it, it might really turn bad and you don't want that to happen. So better to use something straight or something that has a definite shape for you to trace in, so it will have a clean look. Yeah. So right now I am doing the dimension lines, which is the most boring thing to do because you basically have to do numbers and measurements, and you measure things, then you add and subtract. Yeah. It's really boring. This also where you draw your column grids. So as you can see, I'm drawing circles on the sides and labeling them 1 to 7. This will signify where you placed your columns. So the normal column is 0.02 by 0.04, and this can span a total of 6 meters. So that's what our prof told us. So as you can see, there are black rectangles and black squares on my plan. Those are actually the columns. So there are the rectangle small ones. Those are the 0.02 by 0.04, and my big ones, which are the square ones, are around 0.5 by 0.5 meters. So as you can see right now, I am measuring my spaces and labeling them on my dimension lines. All these spaces should be habitable and realistic for their use and purpose. So yeah, that should reflect on your plan as well. So now I'm doing my finishing touches. So as you can see, I'm inking my dimensions and my other details, and I will also do the north orientation symbol. Don't forget about that. Some people like forgetting, and maybe that has a lot of minus, so maybe don't forget it. So you should always put it in the corner. In my case, I put it in the lower right hand corner. So as you can see, this is the final inked result of my second floor plan. So these are the spaces, these are the furnitures, and now I will be rendering it with alcohol markers. So I'll be using the Touch 5 and Touch 10, which is this one. I made this DIY alcohol marker storage case myself. I posted a video about this, which I will be linking in the description box below if you're interested. Yeah. Link in bio, or description I meant. So now I'll be selecting my colors. So the colors I'll be using is quite similar to the colors I chose on my previous video, which is the part 1 of the rendering process, the ground floor plan. So right now I am going to be selecting those colors as well. So as you can see, this is the same brown color I used. This is the chestnut brown, quite dark. and this is the tree I rendered, and this is the open to below, open to lobby. And then I will also be using the colors I used on my chairs and lounge couches. So that is a beige color, and right now I am doing the cobblestone effect, similar to the ground floor Porsche and greenhouse that I made on the ground floor. And right now I am making the floor, or rendering the floor I meant, with the same color I used on the ground floor. So it has like a peachy vibe to it, and the admin halls will remain polished concrete. So as you can see, I left some shine to it to signify it's polished and shiny. Yeah, and the tables remain the same chestnut brown color. So as you can see, I'm also rendering my windows with blue, and I'm coloring my walls dark gray, similar to the one in the ground floor. So as you can see, I am also rendering the bathroom with the same terracotta color, and I am also putting the white lines to symbolize it is like shiny porcelain tiles. Choo-choo. Yeah, I am also gonna be coloring the stairs with the same color, and same with the ground floor rendering on my video on the part 1 ground floor. I will also be layering the wood tone color 2 times to have a more strong effect or strong color, because the one shade is not enough. So I will be layering it. Now I'm going to fill in the details and furniture, as well as the walls and other details on some areas, like the green wall I have at the back. So yeah, that's the firewall, and I also put a green wall beside the firewall. For the events area, I opted to use another shade of brown, not the peachy kind of brown, because I thought it would be too overused. So I used a darker shade for a more luxurious like feel, because it's an events hall, so I want the feeling to be different from the others. Now I'll be coloring the final spaces and doing some final touches. I will also be doing the labels now, since I already inked and rendered the whole output. So as you can see, it's not gonna smudge now because I already put the colors. So yeah, that's something you might wanna consider before rendering your output. So this is the final output I made. Really had fun throughout the whole process of this plate, despite the sleepless nights trying to reconfigure my spaces and conceptualizing the ideas and choo-choos. Yeah, I probably worked on this floor probably mga less than 10 hours, but at least it's done. So yeah, these are the materials I made. I used the Touch 10 and Touch 5 markers. I also used the Unipin fine liners, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, the masking tape, and yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Again, I will be linking the part 1 down below if ever you are interested. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next one.